evening and welcome to episode 6 of Who Wants to Be an FP&A Ninja, brought to you by FP&A Professionals Institute. And we would like to thank our co-sponsors Drivetrain, Pivot Excel, GA Management Consultants, and Blocks. So episode 6 of FP&A Ninja, Who Wants to Be an FP&A Ninja, is all about financial modeling. And financial modeling is one of the most important skills in the FP&A world. And I'm sure you will come out much richer in terms of your understanding about FP&A as and when we progress in this quiz. And as usual, we have got participation from all over the world. Thank you so much for participating. Just a quick introduction. At FP&A Professionals Institute, we have multiple courses about FP&A, financial modeling, finance leadership, and much more for beginners, intermediate, and at advanced levels as well. My name is Dhaval Parvatikar. I'm a co-founder at FP&A Professionals Institute. I've been a CFO, worked in India and in the Middle East over the last 15 years. And I've trained more than 5,000 professionals on numerous topics. I'm joined by my partner, Asif Masani. Asif, you want to just quickly introduce yourself and then we'll go to the next slide.
Sure, Dhaval. Thank you so much. So quickly, I am co-founder at FP&A Professionals Institute, training and coaching FP&A finance professionals in FP&A skills, author of 2 books now, and those are on From Accounting to FP&A and All About FP&A.
Wonderful. Always a pleasure to partner with you, Asif. Let's go to the next slide. By the way, a quick announcement before we begin the quiz. Our new finance team leader workshop is being announced, and I'm conducting this workshop this Sunday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. IST. And usually this is a paid workshop, but for all the quiz attendees, you can get it for 100% free by using the code LEADER100. Okay, use the code LEADER100 and make sure that you attend the finance team leader workshop. This is going to be a unique workshop because all of us as finance and accounting professionals are always busy learning more and more accounting and finance skills. You know, we are busy learning AI, we are busy learning FP&A, we are busy learning IFRS. But team leading is one of the most underrated skills, and this will help you transition from being a finance professional to a finance leader. So one of a kind, unique workshop. Don't miss this chance. Attend this Sunday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. IST. The link is in the chat box. You can use the code LEADER100 to avail it for 100% free. Okay, so let's get started with today's quiz.
Thanks, Dhaval, and looking forward to joining you this Sunday morning. And let's get into the quiz. So what we'll do quickly, as we always do, objectives of the quiz, not taking too much time, increasing awareness about FP&A and bringing more talent to FP&A roles, understanding FP&A concepts. So good way to understand and learn FP&A concepts using the quiz as a format, encouraging continuous learning and also networking. Quickly, rules of the quiz. I'm sure most of you know this, but some of you might have joined for the first time. So you will have to join the quiz using a link that we will share on the screen or the QR code. So you can either use the link or the QR code. QR code will direct you to the same link that is shared on the screen, and you have to use your name and enter the game pin and add your full name. So if you cannot add your full name, you can add your first name and then initials for your last name. In case you drop out, if you have a poor connection, internet issue, then you can rejoin using the same pin. The pin will be displayed at the bottom of the screen at all times during the quiz. I'll just show you when the quiz starts where the pin is. So even if you drop out at any point of time, you can rejoin using the same pin. Okay, try to be on camera if you can, and we have muted everybody so that there is no background noise, and we will allow you to unmute yourself if you have questions after the quiz, but you will have to raise hands and we'll come to you one by one for that. Okay, with that, let's get into the quiz. How many of us are joining for the first time? Let me know in the chat box so that we'll decide if we need a trial round or not. Okay, so Akshit is here for the first time, Samrat, Kishore, Manoj, Suha. So a lot of new people, new names. So what we'll do is we'll do a quick trial round so that you get used to the platform. What I'm doing right now is I am going to launch a quiz episode, which was a previous episode, so that you get an idea of how it works. And then we'll do the main round. So I've just launched one of the previous quizzes that we have done for you to try it out. So once I launch the quiz and I click on the start button, you will get, not now, but when we do the main round, you will get 60 seconds to join the quiz. So we'll see whatever time is here on my clock and we'll give it 2 more minutes. And when we hit that time, I'll click on the start button and then whoever has joined will play the quiz. If you are late, you can join later on also with the pin that is displayed at the bottom of the screen. Okay.
Yeah.
So right
this
now,
is the trial round, right? This is the trial
yes,
round.
this is a trial round for you to just get the understanding of the tool and get used to the platform.
So the best way to play this is that you get a QR code on the screen. If you're joining in from your laptops, then use your mobile phone to scan the QR code. It's easier to see the question on the screen and then answer it on your mobile phone. So that's the best way to play. But however, if you don't have access to two devices, you can just play with the one that you have.
Okay, a lot of familiar names. There's www. Please make sure you use your right name when you do the main quiz. Also, don't use initials like NG. So we will not be able to call out your right names if you win and if you're in the top positions.
We
Okay.
want you to win and get the prizes.
Yes, and a lot of familiar names, some new names also. Okay, 16 people have joined and we have 40 here. So I'm waiting for others to join if they want to do the trial round. We'll give it maybe 30 more seconds and then start the trial round. Remember, in the main quiz, when we start this for the main round, you will not have a lot of time, only 60 seconds, and we'll start the main quiz once we hit the timer. Okay, so should we go ahead and try the quiz?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll click on the start button in the next 10 seconds and then we'll do the trial round. Okay, make sure you put your best name, so don't put nicknames which we cannot identify you. So we'll be able to give you the prizes based on your name and your last name, first name and the initials of the last name. Okay, so let me do the trial round and we'll get going. Okay, so there will be 10 questions coming your way one by one, and I will read out the questions. You will have to answer based on the 4 choices that you see on the screen. You have to match the shapes or the color that you see on the screen with the options on your mobile phone. Okay, so what is the net present value? I'll read out the question. You will see the 4 options. You have to match the right color on your mobile phone with the right option or the right shape. Okay, and you will have 20 seconds. Faster you answer, you get more points. So right answer gets points. Also, fast answers gets more points. So make sure you answer as fast as you can. Okay, so hope this was good enough demo. And with that, I'll just close this and relaunch the main quiz. So I'm doing that now. It will take maybe 20 more seconds. Okay, I am into the quiz now and I am going to launch the main quiz now. Okay, so quiz is now coming up on screen. Is it visible to you, Dhaval?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll click on the start. You have 60 seconds to join. As soon as we hit 9:15 on the clock, we will start the quiz.
Yes, we can see the QR code. Everybody should be able to now see the QR code. If you want to use a website, then you can go to kahoot.it and then use the game pin, which is 332141.
Okay, we have 41 people here. So let's see how many we have on the screen. 22 and counting. Okay, so others are just here to see or observe the quiz, I guess. The other 10 people. Waiting for 10 more people quickly. Good to see a lot of familiar names and some new names. 6 more people and we will get started. or maybe 5 more people. Dhaval will not join. So 5 more people and we'll get started, or 30 seconds.
Still see 33.
Yeah. We'll get started irrespective of the number in the next few seconds. So as soon as we hit 9:15, and we have that now, and we'll start the quiz. Okay, so the first question for today, and the topic is financial modeling, is on your screen now. Okay, in a financial model, what is the purpose of scenario analysis? Okay, so most of you got this right. Almost everybody got this right. So it is to evaluate impact of different business conditions on the future financial performance. Usually you do scenario analysis, and you have 3 or 4 different scenarios: best case, base case, worst case. So different companies can have different names. However, you want to see how the business will perform given different assumptions in different business conditions. So that's on scenario analysis. We'll see how the leaderboard looks like, and a lot of familiar names here. So let's see if this continues. We'll move to the next question, and you will have your next question in the next few seconds on the screen. So why is color coding used in financial modeling? Any idea? Okay, remember, if you see two right answers, we'll have to pick the most right one. So the objective of coding colors or having different colors in a model is to differentiate between your inputs, calculations, which are formulas, and the output. So that's the main objective, and we'll see more on that in the next few minutes. Okay, let's go to the leaderboard now, and some changes there. So Vivek is on the first position, followed by Yogesh, Sheetal, Bharat, and Ayushi. Okay, so we'll see that. We'll come back to the leaderboard in the next question. Here is the next question. So, what is a business model? So, we talked about financial model. What is a business model? Okay, so the most correct answer is business model is how a company creates, delivers, and captures value. Yeah, so that's the right answer. And we can talk about others. I mean, there's some confusion on maybe some on the other options. So a business model canvas is a tool that is used to display or understand a business model. However, what a business model is, how the company creates, delivers, and captures some value for itself. Okay, let's see what happened on the leaderboard and some changes. So Naveen is now in the top 5 along with Sheetal, and Naveen has all 3 correct answers. So congratulations, and we'll go to the next one. Before that, there's some guidance on business model. I'll just cover that. So in simple word, it explains how businesses make money. And if you have to explain it in one sentence, it is how a company captures, creates, delivers value while doing business. Okay, so we'll come back to this. Maybe there are a few more questions on it. And here is the next question. So what is now a revenue model? So we talked about financial model, business model. What is a revenue model? Okay, so the right answer is It is a plan showing how a business earns money. So that is what a revenue model is. And we'll see the leaderboard and then come back to the next question. So yeah, we'll talk about the leaderboard maybe in the last few questions. Let's go to the next question now. And which one of these is not a common revenue model? So you have different options. Which one of these is not? Focus on not. Okay, and the right answer is, or I mean, not a common revenue model is equity based. All the others are some form of business model. So subscription, consumption, and licensing are different types of business models. However, equity based is not. So that is the right answer in this case. Let's go to the next question and we'll come back to the leaderboard. Not a lot of changes, so we'll come back to it. Okay, so this is all the three concepts that we discussed, or few concepts that we discussed. The business model is how a company creates, delivers, and captures value for itself. A revenue model is a plan by which a company makes money, and business model is a broader concept. Revenue model is a part of the business model. Okay, so with that, let's go to the next question. So, what is the ideal number of scenarios? What is the ideal number of scenarios to include in a financial model for decision making purpose? Okay, so the right answer is ideally not more than two or three. So you could have two or three scenarios. Anything more than probably three or four would make the model very complicated. Or I mean, ideally, yeah, ideally you should aim for two or three scenarios, which is a best practice in financial modeling. Okay, so that brings us to the leaderboard. And so Vivek, Gaurav, we have a new name. So congratulations, Batania. I hope I pronounced that right. And Yon. So congratulations. I think two new names coming in the top five. And Vinod as well. So let's see what happens in the next question. Okay. What is the primary purpose of performing sensitivity analysis in a financial model? Very straightforward. Let's see how many of you get this right. Okay, so it is to test how changes in one of the assumptions impact the model's outcome. So that is what sensitivity analysis is. Okay, so slight slight ups and downs. I think second and third position swapped, rest all is as is. We'll come back to the leaderboard. Yeah, sensitivity analysis helps you understand how changes in one or more inputs will impact your final output or your final result. Okay, it allows you to see different possible ranges of outcomes, and that way you can assess the risk in different scenarios, in different business cases. Okay, with that, let's move to the next question. We are coming to the end. I think last two or three questions, if I see this right. Which of the following is not recommended practice for financial modeling? Not recommended is the question. Okay, so the not recommended practice, or in this case, the right answer is merging cells instead of center across selection. So the better practice is to center across select a cell versus merging. So in this case, it's the right answer. However, it's not a recommended practice for doing financial model. All the other three options that you see, using footnotes and comments, saving your work frequently, or grouping cells and columns versus hiding them, are all good practices. Okay, so with that, we'll go to the next question. And some changes. I see one new name, Radhika, in the top five. So let's see how this goes. However, Vivek has a considerable lead on this. So let's see how this goes in the next last few questions. Okay, so let's see the next one. In the context of financial modeling, what does a green color indicate in general? Okay, so the right answer is it is links to other worksheets in the same workbook, and we'll see more on that in the next few seconds. But let's see. Okay, so some changes in the table, and yeah, let's see who wins this. Looks like we will have new winners today, so good to see that. But yeah, we still have two more questions, so let's see how that goes. Maybe one more question. So there's one slide and then one last question. So make sure you get that right. And what we'll do is we'll also ask you to guess who will be the winner, the first position in the chat box. So after the question is over and before we get to the leaderboard, we'll ask you to just guess who's the right winner, who's going to be the first position winner. Okay. So let me go to the next question, which is the final question. Before that, we have the color coding convention, which is generally used. This is not a hard and fast rule. However, most people use this. Majority of people use this. You can do slightly differently in your company if you want to define that. However, most people use blue colors for hard coded numbers, black color for formulas or calculations, green color, as we saw in the question, for links to uh, worksheets internally, and then red color for any external links to any links that is coming from outside the file. Okay, so that is what most people use as a color convention or color coding convention for financial modeling. Okay, so let's guess who's going to win in the chat box. So let's see some responses. Who do you think will win this? Okay, so Batania, Vivek, Yuan. So yeah, I think a lot of people are saying Batania or Yon, and let's see who will win this. So let's go for the last question for the day. In a three statement financial model, which statement is typically completed first? Okay, last 10 seconds. Okay, I think we did not need the entire time, so I think most of you answered this right or wrong very quickly. So it is the income statement. So income statement is the first statement that you prepare when you do a three-statement financial model. You start with the revenues, then you do expenses. By doing that, you get to the net income and you complete the income statement first. Then you move to the cash flow statement, balance sheet, and statement of retained earnings. Okay. So that brings us to the end. Anyone wants to guess? So who is winning this? Can we have the top four people, top five people who were there in on camera? Is that doable? Okay, so we see Mega. How about people whose name are in the chat box? So Batania,
I think it's Batanai.
Batani. I am sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Please forgive me. Yon and Vivek, if you are around, please do come on camera and let's see who wins this in the next few seconds.
Well, we can only see a beach. We can't see Batanai.
Okay, he'll appear if he wins. Otherwise, he'll not appear. So let's see. Okay, let's go for the podium. Who's on the third position? Okay, so we have Vivek. Congratulations, Vivek. And then second is
Yvonne.
And Batania is on the first position. So now I think he should appear.
We can only see the beach.
Okay, he'll Yes, 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 yes. He's now partying on the beach. Okay, so let's go back and let me stop sharing my screen. Uh, or let me just close the quiz once again. Okay, so congratulations to all the winners, and we'll reach out to you for your prizes. Also, just in case, we want to make sure that I mean, if we don't miss out,
Who was
if
the
there are
fourth and fifth?
common,
Who was the
yeah.
fourth and fifth? Did it show?
Oh, we did not. Okay, I don't know how we can go back. So
Okay.
what we can do is I can just put a screenshot after we complete the quiz. So we'll do that.
Sure.
Okay. So prizes, as you know, fourth and fifth prizes, I mean runners up get the foundations bundle, which is a combination of
Sharing
the.
screen?
Oh, I'm not. Okay, let me just
No.
share my screen. Okay, I think this is getting repetitive, so we'll try to bring in new prizes in the next season, which we'll take a break next weekend and then come back with more episodes. So fourth and fifth is foundations and all about FP&A, the online course and the ebook. Second and third gets the foundations, or sorry, the launchpad bundle, the FP&A launchpad bundle, and the first winner or the first uh, prize is the financial modeling for FP&A live program, which will happen. The next cohort is happening, um, I think, August 23rd. So it's starting in 2 weeks. So you'll get a free ticket to that, which is worth $197, and then also you get the launchpad bundle. So congratulations to all the winners. I'll just quickly, so because today's episode was on financial modeling, I'll just quickly run through what our program on financial modeling teaches. So maybe I'll just take one more minute and then quickly share about financial modeling specifically for FP&A. So what we cover in the program that we just talked about is financial modeling specifically for FP&A use cases. So if you see on the screen, there are two circles. There's financial modeling and then there's financial modeling for FP&A. So we cover the basics of financial modeling in this, which is a three-statement financial model, along with best practices in financial modeling, and only things that are necessary for FP&A roles. So we don't cover anything which is not required for FP&A roles. We cover the business and the revenue models, cash flow forecast, scenario planning, sensitivity analysis, capital budget modeling, and modeling for budgeting and forecasting. So this is what we cover in the program. The program does not cover any additional financial modeling concepts which you will see outside of FP&A. So all of this is not covered in the program, specifically because we wanted to keep the program to the point only for FP&A roles. Okay, so that is about the financial modeling for FP&A. Yeah, I'll not maybe spend time on this. So there's a roadmap that you need to follow. It's about 12 hours of program. Part of it is live, part of it is pre-reading, and then we do 8 different case studies during the program. So that was little about the financial modeling for FP&A. If anybody is interested here to join that, highly recommend you to, if you've not done any financial modeling program earlier, highly recommend you to join that. Okay, as usual, the FP&A Launchpad bundle coupon code is open, just in case if you want to buy that. It's available at a 70% discount, and the code is Ninja70. So you already know this. Just in case if you are interested in getting this. This does not cover financial modeling, by the way. So this is only on the budgeting, forecasting, management reporting, and finance business partnering.
And the code is applicable only till midnight, right?
Yeah, so it usually is open till the morning. So it's there for 24 hours. So it will be there till I think morning, and then again it will come back on next Thursday. So this is the code, and again thank you everybody for supporting the launch of From Accounting to FP&A. A lot of you commented on the post, liked and shared it with everybody in your network. So thank you so much for that. And I had promised a giveaway for people who had commented on LinkedIn. So I think there are 5 people, and although I had said that we'll give it to only one of the lucky winners, but what we have decided is we'll give the book away to all 5 winners. I'll just quickly announce the names. However, if you have any questions, we can take them in the meanwhile, so you can raise your hands.
I think there are a couple of raised hands, Asif. We need to unmute them. One is, let's start with Venkatachalam.
Yeah, I see the raised hands. Let me unmute Venkat first. So let me unmute Venkat, and yeah, you can go ahead with your question, Venkat.
Yeah. Hi Asif. Hi Dhaval. This is I'm Venkat from Chennai, and I'm a regular follower of. In fact, I shared my. Today I have received your book, and I am quite frequently following all of your things. I just am having one basic question. Actually, I have enrolled for your course in the FP&A Professional Institute, and I can see that courses are which are in progress with 0% complete in my queue. Like, how would I come to know that when these courses will get started? Is there any intimation, or how do I come to know on this?
So, which program have you enrolled for, Venkat?
I can find under my name my products like FP&A Launchpad, FP&A Power Blue Resume Interview Prep Secrets.
So see, FP&A Launchpad is a self-paced course, so you can watch all the videos yourself at your convenience. So it's a self-paced program.
Yeah.
And there is a month-end Q&A that happens on 4th Saturday of every month. If you have any questions after going through that program or while you go through that program, you can join that Q&A call and get your questions answered.
Yeah, okay. Launchpad is a self-paced program, Venkat. You should be able to start it immediately.
Okay, and apart from that, mastermind calls recording and finance modeling for FP&A, August 2024. It is in my queue, but is it already part of the entire bundle, or I need to buy it separately?
So mastermind call is a part of the bundle. The financial modeling for FP&A is not a part of the bundle.
Okay.
And the financial modeling for FP&A is a live program. So if you have enrolled for the August batch, I think it will start at the end of August, right? So
yeah.
Okay.
And thank you so much for sharing the books. Hope you have a good time reading them. Thank you so much, Venkat.
Yeah, thank you, Asif. It's my pleasure. Thank you, Dhaval.
We have a raised hand from Radhika next.
Yeah, before that, I'll just quickly announce the winners. So I'll just share my screen and we'll then go to Radhika. So thank you so much, Vivek, Akshit, Radhika, Sagar, and Bharat. So if you have not already got the book, I'll send you the book. You just have to send me your address. So what I'll do is I'll reach out to you and you to just fill your mailing address there and you will get the book. If you've already bought the book, just let me know so that we can give you something else instead, or you can just donate the books to somebody who needs it. So I'll leave that up to you. Okay, with that we'll go to Radhika. Let me stop sharing my screen, and Radhika, I'll unmute you. Go ahead.
Hi Asif, hi Dhaval. Thanks for that amazing session today. And my question relates to one of the quiz you have on the models, like where we have discussed 3 models. So can you explain a bit on that, because my current domain does not involve an active financial modeling. So if you can just one liner for all the 3 models we have.
So are you talking about the 3 statement financial model? Is that what you're?
No, not 3 statements, like the consumer based model, and we have
right.
So about the lease model, but like if you can explain the others.
Yes, so those are business models. So while you are preparing models, while you are creating financial models, and you do revenue side of the financial model, in that you have to first understand what is the business model, and based on that you will be able to, without understanding the business model, you will not be able to come up with a very effective revenue model, is what the point is. So understanding what business is doing, what is the business model, how the business is making money, what are the key drivers. Once you understand that, it's different for subscription based business, which is a recurring revenue business. It is different for a licensing based business. It is different for a consumption based business. So those are different business models, and the idea is that you have to understand what business model is before you start doing modeling on the revenues. Okay, hope that helps you give you some context on that. Let's go to the next person. So we'll unmute Viral next. Yeah, go ahead. I just lost Viral. Okay, yeah, I found him. Yeah, go ahead, Viral. Are you able to unmute Viral? If not, you can just put your question in the chat box.
Viral, you should have a notification to unmute yourself. If not, then you can type in your question in the chat box.
Okay, haven't got it. So
okay,
let me try again. So again, I clicked on that button. Now,
yes, Viral.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes. Now I'm. Thanks, guys. Again, great session. Always, this is my 5th actually, but always aspire to be, come in top 5. But the good part is the learning continues actually, and that's very important, right? So, actually.
Yes.
So, okay. My question is for subscription model. With respect to the pricing strategy for the company, how do we, make the subscription attractive? Because subscription is basically to get the volume.
Yeah.
When the company is in the growth stage, right? So that way, and again, I'm not sure if I give right example, but many times the car leasing company, right, they work kind of similar. However, when we define a product pricing for upfront buy versus subscription, and let's assume the product durability is, let's say, 2 year or 3 year, then what should be the ideal, revenue recognition for each year? And of course, we can create the exit barrier for customer for first year. If you exit, the deposit or something can be, forfeited. But I just wanted to understand, because we are the business controller, right? End of the day, FP&A. So, how I, as a business controller, if I have to pitch my investor or my founders a model on basis of subscription, what are the key parameters with respect to my pricing strategy, and how the COGS also being getting recognized? That is my 2 questions actually.
Okay, so see, first of all, this subscription model is generally used for either services or any software-based product or any online software, what you can call, right? So you see this for all the online tools that you use. You see this for services in most cases. So you have to figure out, is this going to be a right model for you? That is the first thing. Once you decide that subscription model is the right business model, and you want to see how much revenue or how will the revenues look like, then you have to define some of the key drivers that are there for that particular business. Some examples I can take, say, if you have an application or a software, it could be number of visitors or number of downloads. Then some percentage of those visitors or number of people who've downloaded will be active users. So that would be the second driver. Then some percentage of those active users will be actually paying users. Most of them will be using it for free. And so based on those different stages, you can then figure out, okay, these many people are visiting the website or downloading the application. These many people are active. These many people are using it for free, and these percentage of people are paying for it. So based on all of these, you can then have a rough estimate of what your revenues will look like. So that was on the revenue forecast. And in terms of recognition, it is usually based on your accounting standard for your particular gap, whatever gap you're following, US gap or IFRS or Indian accounting standards or whichever country gap you're following. It's usually when, so again, this could be different in different countries, but usually it's based on the timing or when the risk and rewards of those product services get transferred to the buyer. In case of subscription, it's usually on the time basis is what I've seen. Yeah, Dhaval, you wanted to add something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I can add a couple of points. So in a subscription-based business, what happens is that first you want to give the taste of the product to the consumer. So you make entry barrier very light, right? So you give first month free subscription or at a ridiculously lower cost, right? And you bring in the consumer. Once the consumer kind of gets used to and habitual to the product, whatever it's, if it's a software or it's a car subscription whatever the case might be. Then you come up with techniques to kind of retain the customer. So that could mean that if he pays an annual amount, then you give him a 10% discount or a 15% discount. All these kind of tactics are used to kind of retain the consumer.
Right.
Accordingly, let's say if your subscription revenue is, $1,000 for the year, and if it's going to be spread across 12 months, then the cost or the COGS will also be, you using the matching concept, the COGS will also be matched along with it, and it will be spread in the same proportion. Although the actual you may have incurred the cost at different points in time. You may have incurred some upfront cost to buy that car or something, or your initial depreciation could be much higher. But still, using the matching concept, you may have to match the revenue and the cost accordingly, which may yield in a profit or a loss depending on how you want to price it. But later on, it may turn to higher profitability, as the case might be.
Right.
To the investor's point, I think it's important to show continuous traction, retention rates, lower the churn rate, the better. Right? So because people just don't want, to take the offers, and the investors will be very careful about your repeat rates, right? So because they don't want to see that people are just taking the offers and then they're never coming back to you. Right? So they want your product to be used. So these are some of the points that you can consider.
Just one follow-up question, if I'm allowed.
Yeah, please.
Go on.
Okay, thank you. So, with respect to pricing, and let's say 100 is my durability is 3 years, and 100 is, so is it something sort of logic that 3 years, so 1/3 revenue should get realized every year, or within?
Not necessarily. It really depends on the kind of amount that you want to make and the cost that is available for matching, right? So you probably want to make lower amount in the first year, then probably recover a higher amount in year 2 and year 3. Right? So that's also a possibility, and it really depends on the company's policy and what is the kind of investment that you want to make. Is it okay to invest a lot of cost upfront, wait for 1 or 2 years to kind of recover, and then increase the prices? So that is the kind of strategy that you'll have to come up with.
Understood. Right, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for the answer.
Thanks, Viral. And we cover a very important tool called Business Model Canvas in the financial modeling program, along with different examples of different types of business models using financial modeling Excel. So, if you are interested in going deep into it, I highly recommend you join the financial modeling program. Okay, I don't see any more raised hands. If that is the case, we will wrap up in the next few seconds. And before that, let me just quickly flash when the next episode will be. So we are taking a break. We're not doing the quiz on the Independence Day. So it's a long weekend. We assume a lot of people will have plans. We'll skip the long weekend and we'll come back after that. So the next episode is going to happen on 22nd of August, which is 15 days from now. So with that, if there are no questions, we'll let you go. And
just a couple of closing thoughts. A quiz is not the ultimate test of your ability. What is important is that you take out the time to understand that there is a lot of demand about FP&A. There's a lot of requirement on the analysis side that CFOs are coming up with. Every CFO that I interact with is struggling to find FP&A talent. So if you have not taken that initiative to enroll into an FP&A course or order Asif's book, please do that. Take that step towards learning FP&A, because it's going to be the demand is only going to grow from here. That's number one. Number two, be regular with these courses, be regular with the quizzes, so that at least you can keep upgrading yourself and learning new knowledge as and when you progress.
Yeah. And before I just sign off, one quick thing I'll share. So if you're working in any finance role, and if you don't know financial modeling yet, it will double, triple your productivity. So not necessarily you do it from our institute. You can do it from anywhere, but do get yourself upgraded and learn financial modeling. That will help you become more efficient, more productive, and all that will translate in your growth in your career. So thank you so much, and we'll again see you on 22nd of August. Have a great long weekend. Happy Independence Day in advance. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.